Hey everyone, it's Blake. Welcome in to episode number 1 of our WWE 2024 save in TEW 2020. Yes, this is one of the surprise new saves that I haven't really teased at all and have been just thinking about doing because if you have been a longtime viewer here on the channel, you know that we kind of got our start with the WWE 2021 save. That is now over 110 episodes. I think we're only, we're into March of 2022. We started in June of 2021. So in a span of, 3 years or less than 3 years, 2.5 years, we got about, I don't know, not all the way completely to a full year in the game cycle. So I've just been sort of thinking about, okay, what are options here? Do we continue with that one? And I will tell you, I think we're going to at least get to a finish line on that one. May not be what everybody wanted to hear, but the issue that I'm having with the WWE 2021 save, things have changed so much since then in the wrestling world, specifically within WWE, to where I am more intrigued now by the possibility of all the options with the current state of WWE in 2024, in January of 2024 specifically. So I am going to start this new save, and I will tell you up front, let's just go ahead and quickly look at, all the different things, and you kind of know if you're watching WWE right now, it's a huge roster. There are a lot of people there. You guys know. That just seems to be what I do. I just book companies that have 1 million people on the roster. There's a lot of people there. The event schedule, all of this. We'll get to the important question here in just a second, but I'm just going to do a quick run through here of everything and kind of how it stands. The usual SmackDown, Raw. You've got the main event taping, which I just don't necessarily love to do the B show, so we may end up scrapping this one, depending on what we decide on this question I'm going to have for you here in a second. You see the pay-per-view schedule, the usual monthly schedule, although Backlash and Night of Champions both in May. That probably will not be a thing for me. I'd probably just move Night of Champions to June. And, of course, you've got SummerSlam, Bash, and Berlin. So we would definitely play around with the schedule a little bit. Not a pay-per-view in December, just based on how things fall. That would probably change, too, just, again, for the way that I like to book things. But, let's look at this, too, all right? Look, this is why I'm intrigued by doing a 2024 save, is because the roster is what it is right now. Cody's there. We started in 2021. Cody wasn't there. He was still in AEW. The Rock wasn't there. And, of course, Roman Reigns had not become what we see now with Roman Reigns. And just the usual, everything else added to the mix. Rhea Ripley was in a different spot in 2021 based on, where she is now. So we see she's part of the Next Big Things group here with Maxine Dupree. Hot prospects. Dominic, you want to talk about a huge change from where they were when we were booking the WWE 2021 save? Dominic was, the ultimate babyface, just, very green, new to everything. And here he is now, a man fresh out of prison and, has become a changed man. So all of this different stuff. Again, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to sort of start. And CM Punk, let's call it what it is, right? It's all of this. It's just the wildness of The Rock, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, like all these additions that have happened since 2021. If you watch the 2021 save, I did bring The Rock back in a specific storyline, not to spoil anything, but still, it's just different now. And so all these different things, Gunther, he was in NXT in 2021 when we were doing that save. Think about where he is now. So all of these aspects are why I'm just more intrigued by maybe starting fresh with another one here. I will say, again, even with the 2021 save, if you want to go back and watch that one, it's not necessarily that specific to the era, meaning 2021. Yes, the roster's different, but we did a lot of different things. We started a brand split. We had the Raw and SmackDown hard brand splits. And yes, we shuffled the roster around a little bit. We had some NXT call-ups. We actually brought in a couple of AEW free agents, all that kind of stuff that made it feel like something that you can still go back and watch. All right, so here's where we are. Size-wise, come on, right? Like, we're the biggest company in the world. Here is the decision that I would like you guys to make, because we are starting this now. of game save wise, right? It says January week 1. But we all know that the Royal Rumble is coming up, January 27th. So I'm recording this. It's releasing less than 2 weeks away. The Royal Rumble is going to take place. And my question to you is this. Do you want, I think this is one of the better options, if we start after the Royal Rumble and we kind of book it once the Royal Rumble's over, then we book the road to WrestleMania knowing the results of the Royal Rumble. So we can move this forward, start February week 1. We can apply all the things we need to apply to the Royal Rumble. I think that is an option that is very intriguing to me. There's also the option of, some of you guys want me to do it the same way we did the WWE 2021 save, which involved what? It involved doing a brand split where we already have that, of course, in WWE in 2024, but this would essentially be starting fresh, where I would go in, we'd do a draft, and all current brand split, nothing would apply. We would just do a fresh brand split, start from there, and again, I would probably still start that in February after the Royal Rumble, because I think I don't know, I still think that would be maybe the interesting route to go. But the reason we started the brand split last time, let's call it what it is. A lot of people were unhappy with where WWE was at the time when we started this in June of 2021, creatively. And so we did this to kind of freshen things up a bit. It was a good alternative. That was what we got in the comments. Hey, this is a great alternative to what we're actually seeing on TV. These days, a lot more positive momentum for WWE from a creative standpoint. Not everyone may believe that, but I certainly believe that based on the differences between now and then. And so we may not even see this as necessary. You guys may just say, hey, start it from where it is right now. And again, that would most likely for me be after the Royal Rumble. Or we could book the Royal Rumble ourselves, but we're going to be behind at that point. I'd rather maybe start at a sort of clean point where we can just go based off of what's happening in reality. If we want to keep everything the same, keep the brands, keep everybody on the same roster, keep the same sort of road to WrestleMania, and we just book it out ourselves, rather than maybe doing the brand split, starting all over, having different people on different brands, and then trying to book kind of a road to WrestleMania that way. That may be a little difficult, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think, because I think, again, this one, the last time around, it was like if we were starting with where WWE was, I just felt like, boy, there was not a lot of interest to do that. So we did the brand split, we did the draft. It was a lot of fun, and that sent us off into a different direction. These days, I think it's more acceptable and more interesting to maybe go with exactly where things are right now, start from a starting point after the Royal Rumble, and take, all of the results and apply them to book our own road to WrestleMania, WrestleMania 40, and beyond. So I want to know what you guys think about that possibility, and we will make that decision. And once we do make that decision, we'll do a follow-up episode here to kind of kickstart things and say, all right, here is where we're beginning, and we will go from there and decide how we're going to book this new WWE 2024 save in TEW 2020. And then we'll go through a little bit more of this kind of stuff. Quickly, we can run through just kind of the state of where things are. Title-wise, we all know. It's very interesting. Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, the Raw Tag Team Champions, Priest and Balor as of this. SmackDown Champions, Priest and Balor, of course, as of this as well. Logan Paul, the United States Champion, Io Sky, the Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, the Women's World Champion, Seth Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion, and, of course, the one and only Roman Reigns is the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Backstage, I'm curious to see what this is in this mod. So 100. We see some negative influences here, and I'll let you guys decide whether that should apply or not based on certain people. We already looked at the event schedule. Certainly have a pretty good list of teams. I'll talk more about the tag team division once we make our decision, because I tend to really like the way they built up the tag team division with a lot of capable teams, I think, to make for some fun storylines. And I already have some in my mind. I'm like, oh, yeah, we could do this, we could do that. So a lot of fun there with that. Finances, I mean, look, we got $600 million in the bank. We're not worried about anything from a financial standpoint. So, so really that's where things stand, is just making a decision on how we want to do this. So you guys let me know in the comments. Option 1, it is we start from February, week 1, right after the Royal Rumble. We start the new save officially, and we kick off the road to WrestleMania with our Royal Rumble winners, the men's and women's winner, and we book out from there to a WrestleMania 40, and again, beyond that. So that is option 1. Option 2, we can do it the WWE 2021 save way, which was we go in, we do a complete brand split from scratch, and we do a draft, all that stuff, and we start basically from a different point, meaning whatever is happening in reality doesn't necessarily apply to what we're booking based on maybe how we do the draft and all this other stuff. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. I tend to lean towards option 1 because I think, again, this is much different than the WWE 2021 save was, and a different time period, and a lot more interest, I think, and a lot more entertainment value in WWE and what I'm getting out of it and maybe what I want to book. But hey, if there's an overwhelming choice for you guys to say, no, we want to do it the WWE 2021 way, and we just want to do full brand split, full draft, our own little alternate universe, I'm good with that too. So it's up to you guys. So let me know in the comments. And as always, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. This should be a lot of fun because we had a lot of fun with the WWE 2021 save. And like I said, for all the longtime viewers of that one, I'm going to give you, I think, a acceptable send-off on that one. And you will have that soon enough because I know we built that up for a long time. We had a lot of people watching it. And, it just eventually, we just didn't get where we wanted to get with it. It just kind of became one that, again, as things changed in the wrestling world, we didn't get to everything we wanted to get to. And by that point, my interest just was elsewhere, whether it was starting the TCW, C-Verse save, other saves as well. So it happens. This is why I love the game. There's a lot of things I want to play. There's a lot of different saves, but we can't get to them all the time. But we had a lot of fun with that one. And again, we will finish that one up and give it kind of the proper send-off, I think, for people who want to go back and watch the full thing. So again, I appreciate you guys, as always, your support of the channel. And on the next episode of our WWE 2024 save, it will be something. And it all depends on your vote.